Alright, and we are live. What's going on, everybody? Hope you're having a wonderful Sunday so far. And we're just going to play a little bit of Spyro while I just shoot the shit about mostly just movies that I've watched, really. There's not a whole lot going on in my neck of the woods. So let's just get on into this. We'll go here. So yeah, it's been a pretty good Sunday for me. Unfortunately missed church this morning, so what we did instead, my wife's been on vacation, so we've been just doing a lot more family stuff, and luckily the church that I'm not quite attending yet, but here soon, they record online, so I should be able to make up for the loss there. And so what we did instead as a family time is we went to a new park, and my kids they loved it, so glad that they got to at least enjoy some stuff. Alright, let's get on into this one. Real asshole. So.
The funny-looking guys with the shock sticks have drained all our water. We can't get it back unless...
I have no idea why my fire is acting like this, but we're gonna go ahead and take advantage of that. So yeah, been watching some pretty awesome movies here lately. Well, okay, I've been watching, for the most part, pretty good movies this past week. Watched Con Air, and I think that this was because I watched The Rock, and I'm like, man, I need to rewatch that now. Let the water flow. So yeah, if somehow you live under a rock and have never seen Con Air, dude accidentally kills a guy in a scuffle, and that's our Nick Cage character, and oh, I did not mean to do that. Okay, we're gonna make do with this. And while he's locked up, his daughter was born, and he had been communicating with his wife and daughter throughout his 7 or 8 years in prison. And he finally gets the chance to go home, but it is on a plane with a whole bunch of different convicts and stuff like that, and basically he was just like hitching a ride home. Well, as you may have guessed, not all went according to plan. Convicts get out. And honestly, it's one of the funniest damn parts in the whole movie. Dave Chappelle, who's in it as Pinball, he's not in it for a tremendous amount of time, but he definitely leaves a presence there. And that was a really funny breakout scene. He basically sets somebody on fire. Oh, wow, dick. How dare you? And it was like an Indian dude, and he's like, the last Mohican's burning, man. I thought he was trying to sing YMCA. And then everything just caught on fire. And it's got me in stitches every fucking time I watch it. But, yeah, so this was obviously a distraction to allow him to release the big bad convicts. The worst of the worst being Cyrus Grisham, or Cyrus the Virus, played wonderfully by John Malkovich. And they take over the plane.
Spyro, you must be tougher than you look to get here. All the same,
And now,
you won't be able to get
so Nick Cage, he gets an opportunity to get off the plane, decides not to do that. And instead, you know, he's basically just trying to save the day. In fact, at one point he does say he's going to go save the day. And then, yeah, ultimately, ultimately, yeah, he does go and save the day. He is able to continuously, like, stealthily help law enforcement keep track of this plane and stuff, and then eventually he does get found out. And this is like right at the very, very end. He kind of has no other choice but to make a move. And yeah, this all comes crashing down when they literally come crashing down at in Vegas. Forces a crash landing on the main strip in Las Vegas, and Cyrus, as well as Diamond Dog, played by Ving Rhames, and Swamp Thing by MC Gainey. Yeah, they all get away, and Nick Cage is able to go out and thwart them as well. So, pretty good movie. It's cheesy. It's got its flaws, but fucking hell if I don't absolutely love that movie. And that's one of those where, like, if you're out there and you're channel surfing and stuff and it comes on, you're going to watch that movie. And yeah, that was Con Air. And another one of those movies that is like that channel surfing kind of thing is Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Now, that movie I have so much love for, and I can't even begin to explain, like, my love for that movie. And in fact, I knowingly admit that I have a blind spot to any of its flaws. It is hard for me to point them out. I put in a review and I just said, look, if it's got flaws, I'm blind to them. Just, I've grown up with that movie all of my life. It's literally as old as I am, so it's hard for me to have any kind of an unbiased judgment on it. Now, for whatever reason, that's just a blind spot for me, and I just if you tell me that there's flaws in it, I'll agree with you, because fucking every goddamn movie that I know of has flaws, but for whatever reason, Who Framed Roger Rabbit is a huge blind spot to me. Alright. I gotta spend forever in this area. But yeah, Who Framed Roger Rabbit's another one of those where it's like, if you were to channel surf, that movie comes on no matter where it's at, you're gonna stop, you're gonna watch it. That's one of those movies for me. Oh, I guess I could, talk about it a little bit for those who aren't familiar with the movie. Movie opens up. You get basically like a Looney Tunes opening, or oh, what the fuck's that other one where like Woody Woodpecker and stuff of them. Like them was on. I can't think of the name of it. And how many of these fucking things are left? Okay, down there. We'll just fuck about with this stuff up here.
I've been trying to tame my new pet manta ray, but he just won't obey me. Hey, you're just about the right size to ride on his back. Great! Hop on his back and guide him through each of the bubble rings as they appear. And remember, he's brand new, so try...
Oh, gotta focus real quick. We'll get back to talking about Roger Rabbit here in a second. Oh shit, oh shit. Oof.
Well done. Now that the manta ray's tamed, I'd love to get him into racing shape. Okay.
I can do it. Yep. Oh yeah.
Incredible.
Okay. What's the other dude? Alright, so yeah, that cartoon opening, all is going well until Roger gets hit with a refrigerator on top of his head.
Workers have kidnapped 6 of my children. If you can make... Yeah, he gets the fridge smacked over his head, and then we see that he missed his line. He was supposed to see stars and not tweeting birds. And we find out that what ends up happening is he's kind of distracted.
and they think it's his wife, and so they want to make him realize that his wife is not all that she's made out to be. And so they hire a private eye by the name of Eddie Valiant. There it is. Played by Bob Hoskins, who totally underrated actor. Now, Valiant is to go to the club, take some pictures of his wife, more or less, you know, being unfaithful to Roger. He goes in, he does his job. And this depresses and upsets Roger. What she was doing was playing patty cake, and that's not like a term for anything outside of actual. Oh, damn, got me. Outside of actual patty cake, like that's really what she was doing. This depresses him. He goes out. He goes into a rage with Eddie and fuck, I forget the other guy's name. Anywho, the guy that employs him. And then cut to the next morning, and the guy that Jessica Rabbit was playing patty cake with, well, he ended up getting unalived. And naturally, everybody suspects Roger because of how he left in a big hurry and was all pissed off. So everybody's on the search for him. Now Roger turns back up in Eddie's apartment. Because he said, no, I didn't do it. I would never hurt anybody. I need help. And we find that Eddie doesn't want to help cartoons in this world. I guess I forgot to mention, this is a world in which cartoons and live action people all live. There.
You did it.
And the reason for this is his brother was actually murdered by a cartoon. What'd they say? Like, dropped a piano right on his head. Which is these sparks? Uh-huh. So I gotta get over there. So what we end up finding out is Eddie and Roger end up getting set up. And they're trying to take out Eddie to go with Roger. So Eddie is kind of forced to help Roger even though he doesn't really want any part of it. Aha. Ah, son of a bitch. I thought I forgot something. Oop. And so they're working together. They're putting some clues together and trying to make it all make sense as far as why somebody would want to kill, I think his name was Marvin Acme, and frame Roger for it all. Alright, I'm gonna knock this out real quick. Well, not off to a stellar start. There we go. There we go. And so what they end up discovering, that, oh shit, no, fuck it, let's keep going, is that the man named Judge Doom, he is behind it all. Which, you know, he definitely has a bad guy written all over him from the moment you meet him. And also played by Christopher Lloyd. Played wonderfully by him. One of my favorite roles of Christopher Lloyd's. There's like 3 of them. Uh-oh. And so, the reason behind Doom's wanting to take over... I really have no idea why I have these fireballs. Wanting to set all this up is he wants to take control of Toontown and wipe it out to make way for...
Well done, Spyro.
Cool. I still need to do the little speedway thing. And he wants to put in a freeway. That's the whole thing. He wants to just wipe them all out, put up his freeway, and with Acme gone, unless somebody can find the will, it's going to belong to his company. And not only is Doom just an absolute asshole, he's actually the Toon responsible for killing Valiant's brother. And so they're trying to get all this squared away. They're trying to figure out where the will is. They know that it exists because of photos that Valiant took, and they cannot figure it out. And Doom ends up catching them. He's got them all held hostage, and he's gonna kill Roger and his wife Jessica. Oh, gotta focus on this, so I don't have to do this forever. Yep. Oh fuck! Here we go. And so yeah, they're fighting, or sorry, they get captured, and then fight breaks out between the Weasels and the Weasels are Doom's henchmen, and Valiant, and he ends up killing them all by making them laugh to death. And watching Bob Hoskins do all that shit is really amusing. And so now it's between Doom and Valiant. And Doom ends up getting himself stuck to a steamroller, which then rolls him over and kills him, right? Well, that's when we find out that Doom's actually a Toon. And not only he's not just a Toon, he's actually the Toon that killed Eddie's brother. And so now he's got to beat Toon Doom, which he eventually does by turning the dip that he's going to use to wipe out all of Toontown, turns it against Doom and kills him. And then everybody lives happily ever after. But what about that will? Well, that will was written in disappearing, reappearing ink. And just at the right moment, happens to show up just as Roger was reading his love letter that he wrote all over it, because it appeared to be a blank slate of paper. It appeared, and yeah, the will was left to the Toons. So everybody lived happily ever after. And what was really cool about that, and of course everybody's mentioned this that's ever talked about it, is being able to bring characters from both Disney and Warner Brothers together. It's really about the only time I know of it happening. I mean, we get a scene with like Bugs Bunny and Mickey Mouse in the same scene. And I really did enjoy that. The world felt like it was, lived in, and that these people had been living like this with cartoon characters for quite a while. So yeah, I really enjoyed that, and always look forward to another viewing of that movie. Who the hell is this boat? There you are. Oh yeah. Ah shit, I gotta go back in there. So yeah, fucking classics right there, if you ask me. Con Air and Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Then I get to go in and watch Major Payne. Now, I don't know if anybody out there is a big fan of Major Payne, but I have just an absolute love for that movie.
I guess now you think you're pretty.
I'm ready.
Right, Spyro.
I don't know why I'm fireballing. Oh, that's right. I'm not actually supposed to beat him. Oh, shit. Fuck. Yep.
It's not as easy as you.
Wasn't paying attention. Alright, refocus, refocus.
Champion. In order to win the.
We'll talk about Major Payne here in a second. Focus, focus, focus. Gotta fly around like an asshole, though. here we go. 4 more of these fucking things. I was like, don't fuck with me, dude.
Great job,
Alright.
Spyro.
Alright, I think that 100%. Yep, okay. Meow. Okay. So Major Pain. A lot of fun. You know, we open up with him doing some mission where he's out there just killing everybody in sight, and you know, he's having the time of his life. Even has a little fun little trick to show off. Somebody's like shot in the arm. He's like, "Oh, I want to see a trick on how to deal with that," and then like just breaks the guy's finger, and he's like, "Oh, my finger." Yeah, see, works every time. And after the mission, he's told, you know, fuck off. We don't really need you anymore. And let's go ahead and fight the boss.
Before you get to the castle dungeon, Spyro, I thought that you might want to know how Ripto and his monsters arrived in Avalar.
Okay, let's find out.
Last week in the winter tundra, the professor was working on some new super portal technology.
There, that's the last orb in place. Now let's see. All we need are some coordinates.
Yeah? How about 22475? That's my birthday.
No, Hunter, don't!
What?
Funny enough, I do know somebody with that exact birthday.
Get off me, you useless buffoons! Why can't either of you?
Is that one of the Murray brothers?
Where are we?
No dragons? Wonderful. Crush, go back and pack my bags. We're moving in. Say hello to your new king.
Professor, shut it down! Hurry!
Oh my, I can't see the switch. I think I've broken my glasses.
Crush, go through the portal, you idiot!
Tell all your friends to take the orbs and scatter them throughout Avalar. Quickly!
Now! Go! Crush, get the orbs now! Now, you despicable little creature! I'll kill you!
This is bad news for Avalar. Hunter, why didn't you chase him?
Yeah. I, would have gone after him, but didn't he say something about not liking dragons?
Professor, could we catch a dragon to help us?
Yes, I think so. We'll need a world that has an alignment much better suited to intercepting one of these creatures. How about Glimmer?
Okay. So yeah, the military tells them to fuck off. They don't need them. And he spends a little bit of day out in civilian life. He's told it's only like Or he feels it's like 2 weeks or something like that, and it's only been like a week, maybe. I'm just gonna use this fireball to my advantage. Oh, hey. Ends up getting in jail, and they tell him, hey, we actually have a job for you. It's best we can do for you. If you can take it or leave it. He ends up taking it, and what he ends up doing is like a military school. Oh, wow.
No, Crush! You may have been able to defeat that simpleton, but golf will be more than a match for you.
Bring it on, Shorty.
Golf, come here now! Destroy him, and make sure it's painful. What? Golf, get me out of here! So long, dragon.
What a wuss.
Alright. Crush defeated. I think there's like one more cutscene, so I'm just letting it do its thing.
That Ripto has caused enough damage. All his meddling has cost me a fortune. If it wasn't for Spyro, I'd be bankrupt. Oh, if Ripto were here, I'd give him a piece of my mind. In fact, I'd give him a lot more than that. I was a champion bantamweight boxer at university, and I still know a few moves. Take that, and that. No! Why, you...
Got a lot of time to make up those banters. Alright. So yeah, he's now being put in charge of all these kids. Because reasons. And he doesn't exactly have the most patience to speak of when dealing with kids. But, as you would expect, hilarity ensues, and he starts developing a bond with these kids, despite their best efforts to try and get rid of him, and all sorts of, funny ways. They try to poison his like cupcake or whatever, and it ends up just giving him really nasty gas that ends up knocking out one of the cadets. Fart jokes, still funny.
Well,
Yep. Yep.
you won't regret it. Use the left stick.
I climb ladders. Go back and do all that shit to climb ladders. And also they try to set him up with Like they try to make him pose for a photo with one of the cadets in a dress, and he makes them pay by making them all wear dresses. But yeah, like I was saying, he ends up developing an actual bond with them, and they try to win a trophy for him because he said, "Well, I'll quit if you guys get me that trophy." And so he does develop this like fatherly bond, especially with the one who tries to go against him at every chance, with every chance he is given. And by the end of the movie, he's able to have them help him break in some new recruits. And so, yeah, it's a really funny movie. Pretty much everything I can remember humor-wise landed for me. Oh, I still have shit to find in this world. What was I even doing with my life? Oh. Yep. Alright. Bit of glimmer. Knock this out. Okay, so yeah, not a whole lot. Not a whole lot for me to say about that outside of, yeah, the jokes work. I like the people involved in the movie. I can't even remember the chick's name. I just always want to call her Hillary every time I see her, because that's really what I know her from. It's Fresh Prince and this movie. That's it. You know, I liked her. She didn't add a whole lot. She was mostly just like love interest and just kind of helped Payne. She just kind of yelled at Payne for humiliating and torturing the boys. But, I mean, she does help him better himself and communicate with the boys better. And that it does play in part into why they accept him. So, I mean, she is helpful in that regard. Not trying to completely shit on her or anything. Alright.
Thanks for helping me light the lamp, Spyro.
And then, you know, I like a lot of the stories that Payne tells, especially like the little engine that could rendition that he had. That was pretty funny. Gotta do some backtracking, huh? Shame on me. Okay. Alright, and so that takes care of Major Payne. Then also got to check out Jaws, and this is going to be its 50th year anniversary. Fucking fantastic movie. What's not to love about Jaws? Only dude. So yeah, the quick, short, and skinny of it is shark attacks. People are like trying to figure out what the hell happened. It was written off as a boating accident, and then shark attacks a little boy, and this was seen. This was pretty public. I know I certainly remember. Anytime that I've ever thought of this movie, I always think about the boy being attacked by the shark, because it really comes off a little bit jarring. It's like, wow, brutal kill. Attacking a little boy like that. Booyah.
I've been locked in here. The first puzzle is to turn all these blocks yellow.
Gonna be here for a minute, I'm sure. I do not remember this order, so I'm just gonna jump around until shit all turns yellow. Bitch. And so, yeah, the police and the mayor, everybody starts, you know, trying to figure out how to not close the beaches, make the place safe, and also the mother of the little boy put out a bounty on the shark. Hey, look at that.
Wow, Spyro! Wow, Spyro, you did it!
Okay.
This idol says he's...
Oh. No red. And so ultimately, they catch a fish, but it's not. They catch a shark, but it's not the correct one. And another person is attacked and killed. This time, Chief Brody. Oh, man. Dickhead ass thing. He's kind of pissed because his son was almost a casualty to this shark. So they decided to go ahead and pay the man named Quint the 10,000 he's asking for. Gonna give me a red? Nope. Cool.
Okay,
And meanwhile, we also have a guy named Hooper. I don't know why they're letting me have all this, but I'm just gonna roll with it. Fucking sniping guys here. He's from like an institute. I can't remember what it is off the top. He's the one that told him, "Hey, the shark you caught is incorrect." And because he knows his shit when it comes to sharks, he's gonna go with Quint and Brody on the shark hunt here. Now these are the three characters I actually give a damn about. You know, I know it's called Jaws, and there's a big killer shark who's eating everybody, but I honestly don't really care that much.
Put these stones in the correct order, you will solve the puzzle. I only know what the first one is.
All right. Star. Bitch. Okay. There we go.
Nice job.
And so they're trying everything they can to get this thing. They're trying to like stick a bunch of barrels and more or less drown it. And I think they got upwards of 3 barrels, and that shit just doesn't work. This shark kept coming. They estimated it at like 25 foot and stuff like that. And so meanwhile, while they're trying to, you know, the shark comes over and, you know, periodically fucks with them, we're getting a lot of interesting development between the two. And now everybody's going to point to the very same thing that I know is great, and that is the monologue that Quint gives about the Indianapolis, or the USS Indianapolis, and that is fan-fucking-tastic. I love every single moment of that story. The way he delivers it is just fantastic. Robert Shaw, awesome monologue there. Really don't need to see that again. I've already done this. Just gonna go fuck with the dude and
Hi, Spyro.
and then they come to find out that this again, don't know why they're giving it to me, but I'm just gonna let it go. I don't know why that did that. ultimately they do end up killing the shark, but it is it comes at a price. We do lose Quint in this last fight. We do get one of the more iconic lines in the whole movie. You know, the "smile, you son of a bitch," as he shoots and blows up the shark via air tank. Okay.
Hello? No target.
This part.
So you saved a few.
Okay. Yeah, it's this second part that's gonna just fucking suck for me. But yeah. They, that was more or less Jaws. Pretty simple movie. Like I was saying, monologue, wonderful. I know it deviates from the book a little bit, but it's kind of like with Jurassic Park. Like that can be you can do that and still tell like a really good story. I haven't read Jaws as far as novels are concerned. It is on my to-read list, or at least to listen. I'm a lazy bastard when it comes to novels. And if... Nope, 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 don't you fucking do it. Stupid bastard. I remember I tried to do this while just trying to fucking... yeah, it says to headbutt him. Nah, no, fuck that. You flame him. Works a lot better. Dumbass going up there. But yeah. I know, like, Jurassic Park really differs from the novel, but both are pretty damn good. I do like the novel. Wait. I'm missing a fucking jump. Is there one up here? Ha! Stupid bastard. Alright. I can travel back over there. And so, I know in terms of Jurassic Park, I mean, there is some big changes there. But they both tell a pretty good story. The characters more or less are different as far as descriptions.
Well done, Spyro.
Cool. Oh shit, I didn't want to go up there, up there! Just trying to hunt gems. And then a lot of the story is way different as far as Jurassic Park is concerned. Novel to movie.
Legend has it that... Thanks for the...
But I would imagine that that's pretty similar to what we get in Jaws. I know that there's like a love triangle between Brody, Hooper, and Mrs. Brody. Which, I don't know. I definitely didn't feel like it was needed in the movie. But I'm not trying to poo-poo on it quite yet. Just, you never know. Might have something to offer there. I wonder if I have this power because I beat it in my other profile. You get an infinite fire blast. So perhaps that's why I have this. Sorry. Have another, have thoughts like that. Try to figure it out.
I can let you... No one's been through...
Where's my little breakable wall? There you be. Alright, and then what else did I have? Oh, yeah, Iron Man 3. It's not a stellar movie. Again, I can't really add much that hasn't been said about this one, and ad nauseum, so basically, Tony's dealing with some of the shit from the Avengers movie, where he went up into that wormhole, and basically dealing with PTSD from that. And he is, he's struggling. And then on top of that, we get a terrorist who's doing all these bombings, and he talks to Rhodes about it, and Rhodes like, yeah, the fucking weird thing is, man, nobody knows shit about it. It's not leaving any bomb fragments and shit like that. And Tony does the stupid thing of giving this guy his home address, and well, the guy shows up and bombs his home, or at least some of his associates. And Pepper thinks that Tony's dead at this point, and then she finds out, oh no, he's not. But he ends up fucking off to Tennessee for a little bit because of what he was investigating. Jarvis decided to go ahead and put in coordinates. And then after the house getting bombed, Tony passes out inside of his suit, and Jarvis takes him to Tennessee. And that's where we meet a kid that decides he's gonna, help him out. What else happened? Fuck, I'm starting to forget some of what happened in that.
You've chosen.
Alright, let's get some levels done. After I figure out where those last gems are.
Spyro, Ripto and Gulp are hiding out.
Okay, so yeah, they end up starting to figure it all out. And then we get that fucking reveal that everybody and their brother hates. And that's the Mandarin's not the Mandarin. And I gotta say, that is kind of a waste of talent. From Ben Kingsley. You have him. He was... I just don't understand who's looking at the performance for the Mandarin from Ben Kingsley and goes, yeah, but what if he wasn't the real bad guy? That is odd. And again, I'm just kind of harping on things that have already been harped on to death. I mean, the movie's, what, over 10 years old by this point, so I can't really add anything more that hasn't been said. That's probably just some stupid shit, yeah. Where is it, boy? Where is it? There we go. Okay. Now let's do some levels. Or maybe not. I don't know. I'm kind of running low on time. I didn't realize it was going to take that long. So, yeah, to kind of wrap this one up, I guess I'll just fuck about in here while I'm continuing on. Aldrich Killian ends up being like the big bad. He's the guy that's doing this whole extremis experiments that are making people blow up, and they're using the whole Mandarin persona to take credit for all of this before kidnapping the president because of the vice president. Everything gets stopped. They save the day. And Tony decides that, you know, he's going to he's going to kind of do a fresh start, and also takes the shrapnel out of his body. So, not the best. You know, saying, you know, nothing shocking and surprising here. But I will say, on its behalf, it's still better than shit that's coming out today from Marvel, so, you know, there's that. Alright. So I guess I'll continue on for a little bit longer. So that basically just wraps up what I had for movies that I'm watching at this moment. I also have some novels that I'm reading, a series that I'm going through. And it's been I'm listening to this through audiobook. Like I said, I don't have time for the book reading. wonder if I can get him with this. Oh, cool. Those rabbits are fucking annoying. I'll snipe the shit out of them. So yeah, I'm listening to the Dark Tower series from Stephen King, and I'm on book 3 at this point, and yeah, so far I'm enjoying what I'm reading. I think it's pretty interesting. The first book I felt was a touch on the slower side, but the second book is where it really picked up for me. I didn't dislike the first one. Obviously, I kept going. But I felt like the second one is where it really started to pick up, get pretty interesting. With Roland able to kind of go into these people's heads and take over their body. It was like pretty cool. Alright, let's see if I can do this fucking thing. Oh shit. I gotta go kill some more people. I will come right back. But yeah, it sounds like Roland's probably gonna not be the protagonist forever. Wouldn't surprise me if he got bumped off somewhere in the series. We'll see if I'm correct on that one. Alright. I guess I shouldn't have skipped all that, but in a hurry. In a hurry. Gotta go. Ow. How rude. There, eat your fucking fish. And then, so that pretty much finishes up for novels. You know, still working on that one, so. Partway through the third one, hopefully by next Sunday I might even have it done. Comic book wise, non-indie, because I mean I fucking cover indies all the time, so you guys should always be able to see what I'm covering indie wise, but non-indie. You following me now? Okay. I'm reading the I guess the redo of the Ninja Turtle story here. Basically I'm starting with the Volume 1 Omnibus here, and I'm enjoying myself. I'm not the biggest fan of the retcon on their origin, but I'm willing to let it slide just to kind of see what's what. I see why they did it, because they kind of wanted to throw old Hobbs' origin in that. Again, not the biggest fan. It's just like, oh yeah, so all these animals all got made at the same time. And to be clear, the original origin is a bit on the flimsy side too, so that's why I'm willing to kind of just let it go. I don't really care for April now being the one that named everybody, minus Splinter. Just because, kind of, I think that's part of, what allows us to know, hey, Splinter's the one that cared for all of them, right? He named them all because of how much they mean to him. And so I felt like taking that away from him kind of takes away some of his fatherly roles there. Not the biggest fan on that one. But so far I'm still okay with what I'm reading though. Hey, look at that. That's fucking... This fucking like super flame here is fucking sweet. I'm going with probably is due to me beating the other one. It's just giving me that. So this is the first time I've played this since beating the Ripto's Rage and completing all of that. Ah, you bitch. So I'm gonna 100% this and then pretty much call it. Oh shit. There we go. Alright, let's go ahead and call that one. I will say, I probably am going to start doing my Wednesday streams on my main channel versus this one. Just because I am going to be talking more about indie comics. I'll put the re-upload on this channel. Just because apparently shit gets weird if you try to do live streams all the time on the one. So what I guess a lot of people do is they'll do a live stream on their main channel and then upload to the second channel. So seems to work out for these guys, so I'm just gonna mimic it and see how that goes. But I was kind of thinking, this will be the channel to find like re-uploads of live, and as well as doing some live shit where I'm just kind of shooting the shit, such as right now. Just to have a little bit of fun. Let me go ahead and just quit all that. But yeah, so if you are interested in seeing what I'm looking at as far as indie comics, be sure to check out the main channel where I will be doing that. Or for whatever reason I can't, I'll be back on this channel. Pretty sure I have that one set up for live streaming. I'll double check. But if it gives me any issues for that, I'll just put it over here and try again next week. But yeah, that is pretty much going to do it for this week. Made some pretty good progress here. Knocked out a boss. And fuck me if time didn't just start flying on me. But yeah, but I'll be back on this one again next Sunday. Would do a Monday stream, but I got a shit ton of movies I need to go check out. And I'll talk more about that on next week. And I'm probably going to talk a little bit at least about what other comics I'm reading outside of indies as well. I'm enjoying that. I'm going to tell you right now it's probably going to be more Ninja Turtles, but I'll give you my thoughts on just to what I'm reading. But that is all I have for today, guys. So until next time, take care and God bless.